All right, guys, so today we're looking at this 1980 FLH80 Electroglide with the shovel head engine. A lot of this bike is chrome, and a lot of it is the dirty, rusty, oxidized chrome. As you can tell by just looking at this oil tank here, we've got a lot of surface rust and oxidation going on. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that. And we're gonna get to cleaning this up here very shortly. The items you're gonna need to do this is the Quadruple Zero, which is gonna be your finest steel wool. Don't recommend using anything less fine than this. It could scratch your chrome. I haven't had it scratch any of the chrome I've done. I've already done the whole side of that the other side of that bike there. And also get you a good metal polish. There's tons. I'm not gonna shout out any particular one. I like this Blue Magic. It works good for me. And a buffing pad and or buffing wheel if you have one. I do not have one, so I just use the buffing pad. So let's get to it. So our first step here is we're gonna take our steel wool, and you're gonna have to apply a little bit of pressure depending on how much rust and how deep the rust is. Now I can show you, this is just minimal effort right here. You can see, if my camera would focus there, that spot there, already 10 times better. So go ahead and take your steel wool and hit all the surfaces of the chrome. If you have little dips like this, I've found it easy to get something that you can kind of press down, or you can even pinch off a piece of the steel wool. It makes it easier to work with and get down into those hard to reach spots. So yeah, go ahead and go over this with your steel wool, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, so as you can see the difference already, I've done the top of the tank. Another thing I'd like to mention too, this steel wool does leave behind, you probably can't see it on camera, but you can see those little hairs. That's from the steel wool. Be sure to take you a soft cloth and get all that off of here, because when you open up this oil reservoir, you don't want these metal flakes and hairs going down into your oil. That can seriously damage your engine components and, you know, reduce the life of your engine overall. So, and that's with anything you're working on that's around, you know, fluids going into your engine. You always want to have a good clean surface before opening this up. All right guys, so we finished up with the steel wool. Something to note, and you guys probably won't have this problem unless you have an older bike that has been sitting a while and or has been rode a good bit. You can see here there's some rust left over. This is just where the chrome is chipped off and exposed some of that metal, and it's rusted. This method won't get those parts off, and you can see some in here. I still got to go back and hit that again. But overall, looks a lot better. And this is the point now where you can go ahead and polish it up and make it look even better and give it that real mirror finish. All right, so another thing I forgot to mention is you're going to want to use a soft cloth of some kind for the polish. I'm just using a shop rag. And go ahead and dip you some small amount on the rag and come down here and apply it and keep rubbing that in, rubbing it in, and you're gonna let it dry until you've pretty much got it rubbed all the way in. And do that to the whole area, and then we're gonna come back over it with a buffing pad. All right guys, so I've got most of this coated, and as you can see, it's kind of a thin, dry film to it. So now we're going to take our buffing pad. I can get it undone here. So we're going to take our buffing pad, and let's see, there's a good spot there we'll start with. And then just keep rubbing it and rubbing it until you've got that desired finish to it. Something along the lines of that right there. Well guys, just do this to all your chrome on your bike, and hopefully it'll have it looking like new. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in another video.